Oh, chubbicorn.
Hello, I'm Mistersaintamant, and today we're going to learn how to draw a medieval tower. So we're going to start off with a cylinder shape. And I'm drawing with an erasable color pencil because I like to differentiate my sketch lines from my final lines. So vertical sides, and then on top of the cylinder we will have a cone which will serve as the roof. The next thing we'll draw will be the door. So it's going to be an arched doorway at the bottom of the tower. And then it'll have a little bit of a thickness there for the wall. This will be a tower made of stone. And then some windows. Now, something to keep in mind for medieval towers, you want to have the windows very narrow and also starting at least at the second floor. You don't want to have any ground floor windows because invaders can attack and get in there. And you also want to have them narrow enough to see out of, but not enough to get into. And then we'll add another door on the fourth floor. Now you might think that looks crazy right now, but I'm going to add a balcony, which is going to be in the same curved line as we have with the roof and the bottom. And then I'm going to make sure that my lines come straight out, balanced right there. For the width of this balcony, it's going to wrap all the way around the tower. And this gives the owner of the tower or the resident, access view all around. In this case, it's going to be a wizard that lives there. So this wizard can use magic on enemies if they're approaching. And then some support structures that support this this wooden plank or balcony that comes out. And then of course a rail. So we have just some safety measures. Okay, so the rail has been drawn in, and then I'm going to this is actually separate footage, but I'll go ahead and show you the bars there, the little posts that hold up the rail. Draw those all the way around. And then, now this is the really tedious part. I'm going to draw the roof shingles, but first I want to make sure that they all follow the same angle or half circle pattern as we have. So the shingles will be made up of a small little piece of wood, hundreds of them, and if you can see that, they're going to be overlapping, starting from the top and then overlapping around the sides and underneath from the top. So you always start from the top and the middle and then work your way outwards. And so this part takes a lot of time, unless you want to just keep it simple and draw the cone shape with a little bit of textural detail. I decided to go really obsessive with it. I just have a lot of time with this lockdown, so I figured I would just kind of just focus on adding as much detail as possible, which is a bit much here. Then this shingle roof is very old and it has leaks. So if you look at old castles from in Europe, in Scotland and Ireland and England, you'll notice that all that remains is the stone structure. The wooden roofs have since collapsed. They don't last as long. And so this is the case with this one. Is it's falling apart. You can see shadows and gaps in this structure. You can imagine how hard that would be to replace, to climb up there without falling down and try to replace those shingles. So if it's a wizard, then maybe they can cast some spell that repels water. So this thing may look old, but it also may be watertight just due to magic. Alright, so you can see I'm working row by row, starting with the top row and then every other consecutive row and working my way down, starting from the middle and then branching out from left and right. And I'm staying consistent with that little sample tile that I've drawn on the side. Okay, so you can see it's finished, and I've added some stone details. I've also added some details on the bottom there with the plants and the little planks there. And here we go. That's the finished drawing. And then I took this into Procreate and colored it. As you can see, there's a garden, a beehive, a bridge, and And that's it. So hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my work on Instagram. Thanks for watching.